Hello STEAM team, this is Morgan from Virtual Camp and today we're going to get creative. This week's theme is around the world, and so today's activity is inspired by art from a different country from around the world. Specifically, this is Australian dot art, and Australian dot art originated in Australia and it was originally used by Australia's earliest people to tell stories. So you're only going to need a couple things for this activity. You'll need a piece of paper. Mine is a half size only because it could take a long time with a bigger sheet of paper, but you can do a half size or a full size piece of paper. You also need 3 different colors of paint. Mine are green, pink, and orange, but you can use whatever colors you want. You need something to hold your paint in, like a paint palette. You need 2 Q-tips, a pencil, and that is about it. For the paint, you could also use like markers or crayons if you don't have paint. It's just you need something that you can do some dots with. So I'm gonna let you guys go get that supplies and then we will get started. Okay everybody, so now that you have all of your supplies, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw our shape or our drawing on our piece of paper. And you can really do whatever you want. I am going to do a salamander again because that is kind of the standard kind of painting that they do in Australian dot art, but you can do like a circle, you can do a flower, you could do a dog, you could do anything you really want. Just make sure that it's not too complicated because the more complex it is, the harder it is going to be to put dots in it. So the main thing you want to remember is to do like kind of wide lines almost, because otherwise it might be a little hard to fit those dots in there. But I'm doing a salamander, which is an Australian animal. So you could even use that as an idea and just use a different type of Australian animal like a kangaroo or an alligator. Just try to make it a simple kind of sketch. Okay. I'm almost done my drawing. Just kind of a rough sketch because we're going to cover it in dots in a second. We don't want it to be too dark, but I'm just drawing his little hands. And I'll show you guys my picture. So, as you can see, nothing too crazy. It might be kind of light on your screen, but it's nothing too crazy, just an outline kind of similar to this. And now that we have drawn our shape, you're going to take one of your Q-tips and dip it in whatever color you want to get started with. Now, I am going to start with the outline of my salamander just because I feel like it's kind of exciting to see that first, and I'm going to use green. But you guys can start with either the background of your picture or the inside of your creature or the outline, just like me. And it doesn't matter what you do, but you just want to take your Q-tip and dot it along. So you can kind of see I've started already. But you're just taking your Q-tip and just doing a dot, a dot, a dot. It's not like normal painting where you like drag it along. You're just lifting and poking it down on the paper. But while I do my dot art, I have some trivia questions for you guys. So you guys got to put your trivia hats on, or maybe your brain hats. So the first question I have for you guys is, what animal is the national symbol of Australia? And you guys can think about that. Does anyone have any guesses about what the national symbol of Australia is? It's an animal. The national symbol of Australia is the kangaroo. Let me guys know if you guys got that right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm kind of getting about halfway through my salamander now. You can kind of see it's taken some shape, so you just keep on painting with your little dots around your creature, and you'll see it take some shape as well. But my next trivia question for you is, how many hours a day does a koala bear sleep? How many hours a day does a koala bear sleep? You guys have any guesses? A koala bear sleeps for 20 hours a day. That is crazy. That's a crazy amount of time to be sleeping. I bet none of you sleep nearly that long. You'd miss the whole day. And that is because koala bears don't get a lot of nutrients from their food, so they don't get big and strong like we do when we eat kind of fruits and veggies and different things like that. The main thing that they eat is eucalyptus plants, which just doesn't provide that much nutrients. So because they don't get that many like vitamins and minerals in their diet, they just have to sleep all day to save all their energy. So that's why you guys got to eat your fruits and veggies and all the good food, because you don't want to be like a koala bear and sleeping all day, or you'd miss everything. Okay, so I have now finished the outline of my salamander, and what you're going to do is you're just going to flip your Q-tip around, because there's another side, and use the other side to dip into your paint and choose the color that you want for the inside of your salamander. So I think I want mine to be orange. So I'm just going to dip my Q-tip in orange and start dotting along my salamander body. There we go. And you can kind of do it every which way. With the outline, it was a little more standard because you just wanted to make sure that you got the general shape. But for the inside of the salamander body, you can, or whatever animal you're doing, you can really make sure you go any which way. So as you can kind of see, I've begun the inside kind of right here, and it's kind of just going wherever it, uh-oh, I got some on my outside, but that's okay, because really there's going to be dots all over the place. So okay, so my next trivia question for you guys is, what Australian animal has a brown furry body, webbed feet, and lays eggs? A brown furry body, webbed feet, and lays eggs. You guys might have never even heard of an animal that does such a thing. You guys might be thinking of a couple different types of animals that sound similar. You guys have any guesses? That animal is a platypus. You might have heard of a platypus before, and if you did, you probably did guess that. I think also when I first thought of like those different qualities, I kind of thought of a duck, but a duck actually isn't furry. It has feathers, so it doesn't have fur. Okay. Another trivia question I have for you guys is, what is the largest native bird to Australia? So what is the largest bird that was originally in Australia? I'll let you guys think about that, and I'll show you kind of the progress I'm making on my picture. So now I have the outside of my body and the inside of my body, and we're going to move on to the background of our picture. As you can see here, I have some yellow dots. I'm just gonna place my Q-tip on my paint palette just so it doesn't get the table dirty. And my third color is pink, so I'm gonna do the background of my picture pink. But I wanna know if you guys have any guesses about what the largest native bird is to Australia. So actually the largest native bird to Australia is the emu. And you might not know what an emu is. I wasn't exactly sure what an emu was at first, but it kind of looks like an ostrich. I think an ostrich actually is the biggest just bird in general that exists in the world, but it's not native to Australia. So the biggest bird that is native to Australia is the emu. Okay. You can kind of see my progress on the dots. There you go. And you just keep going around. And I think one of the main fun parts of this activity is that there just isn't like an exact way that you have to do it. So you can be as creative as you want. You can do big dots, you can do small dots, you can do whatever you want. Or even if you wanted to do more than 3 colors, you could do that too. So another trivia question I have for you guys is, how many different species of birds are there in Australia? I'll tell you, it's more than 100 to give you a hint. Because you might be thinking, 10? It's not 10. It's more than 100. And a bit more than that too. You guys have any guesses? In Australia, there are 350 different species of birds. It's a lot of birds. And a lot of them are only in Australia. A lot of birds in Australia actually cannot be found in other parts of the world. Okay, I'm making good progress. I'm getting down to the last parts of my picture. So the last trivia question I have for you guys is, how long can a great white shark go without eating? How long do you think? Any guesses? A great white shark can go without eating for 3 months. That's crazy. I couldn't go without eating for 3 months. I couldn't go more than 3 hours without eating. But we are pretty much done with our picture here. I'll show you kind of my final result. So this is what it's looking like. And I want to see what your guys' picture looks like as well. So I want to see you guys post it on Blooms, and also let us know how many questions you got right. Did you get all of them right? Did you get some of them right? Let me know. So besides that, that is all we have for today. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell below to get our videos every week, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
If you're not watching this on the Sunrise Studios app, well, why not? You can download the Sunrise Studios app on your phone or tablet from your app store, and you can watch all of our virtual camp videos the moment they're released. You can also find Sunrise Studios on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, or you can watch it on our Sunrise Association YouTube channel. See you soon!